What is up, everybody? This is Omega Belmong here with a look at the TERA. I can't believe I'm saying this, but TERA is a game that was out for, it's been a long time now. I think I want to say about 6 to 7 years now. So it's been a while. I remember playing it a little bit back then, running off of my old graphics card, 6850 or something like that, or 7850, my Radeon card. I remember playing it. It ran decently, but this is my look at the game for TERA for PS4. I'm actually playing on the PlayStation 4 Pro, so you know, I get to talk a little bit about the game. Just a tad bit, because I only played maybe roughly an hour to 2 hours of the beta so far. It's an open beta. It's actually out on PS4 and Xbox One. You can get it. You can download it now. It goes from today, or when this comes out, yesterday, which is the 9th, to Monday, which is the 12th. So it's out between those days for the open beta. I think they had closed beta for it, so it's been a while for that. I think they run a little bit through that, but we finally get our hands on the game itself. I was actually pretty excited for the game. You know, I'm a big fan of almost, you know, any kind of MMORPG. I like to try them out, and of course this game I already played a little bit of it. I didn't play too much. I think I put like 10 or so hours into the game back then. You know, my addiction with Final Fantasy 11 was still there. Of course, we moved from Final Fantasy 11 to Final Fantasy 14 1.0, so I was still playing a little bit of that too. And then, you know, just other things that caught my eyes. So I never really gotten into playing TERA. Of course, I think it was I think when it first came out, it was I think buy and then play for free. I'm not 100% sure, either that or you had a subscription, but now it's like fully free to play. I'm pretty sure there's some like you know, things you have to buy too, like maybe like, oh, if you buy this stuff, it opens up more things for you. So just like most you know, free to play MMOs nowadays are. Anyways, I'm talking about the PlayStation 4 version, playing on the PlayStation 4 Pro. You know, the game, it's in a rough state right now. I know it's open beta, but when you're in an open beta, you have, you know, maybe just a few months left until the game is actually gone gold and, you know, put out there for everybody to play. Unfortunately, this is put out for everybody to play already. Whoever wants to play it can play it. But when I booted up the game, of course, it didn't work at all. So, you know, I think it didn't even work until, I want to say, at least from what I played, I didn't even get a chance to play until later on in the day, like about 3 or 4 you know, p.m. But it's supposed to start around 8 where I lived, and it didn't start at all. I mean, I was kind of just checking in and, you know, in and out there for a while. I think I checked in until like 11. I was doing some other things, and I checked in at 11, and it still wouldn't, you know, boot up. So it took a little bit of time for it to boot up. But once you got into the game, you know, you get to create your character. Your character is pretty cool. He's, you know, you could pick from a male or female as usual. Different classes. You know, the coolest part is they actually tell you what these classes are. These are burst class. These are healer class. This is a tank class. You know, these are long range class that does you know, good damage. You know, constant damage instead of just being a bursty type of damage dealer. And that's pretty cool. Of course, you got like guys who use arrows. You got, you know, great swords, great X. It's a tank class with a shield and a lance. All this cool stuff. I think you know, class wise, it looks pretty cool. I think armor wise, it looks cool. You got different you know, different classes. You got different well, you got humans. You got like elves and these weird, you know, different kind of people. It's pretty cool, you know. And of course, I think and some of the classes are gender locked, so you can't, like, you have to pick a certain class to only play, or a certain gender to only play this certain class. So that thing that sucks about that is that. You can't like pick just a, you know, oh, I want to be this, you know, brawler, and I want to be a male brawler. No, I think only females can be brawlers, so it sucks like that. But whatever, we'll get past that. But when you boot up into the game, they give you the tutorial. I don't think I've gone through the tutorial, so this is back then. They start you off in the city and all of that. I don't remember. As far as I remember, I don't remember playing through this tutorial. It's new to me. I've never seen it before. So when I played through it, you know, when you get to the game, it's actually a little rough around the edges. There's constant screen tearing. There's a lot of screen tearing when your character's running and are in motion. You can see the screen tearing. There's a little bit of slowdown wise. I don't think I've seen much slowdowns other than just the screen tearing. There's a lot of crashes in the game. You know, I had a, you know, when I booted myself back to, you know, hitting the PlayStation button, you go back to the home screen. You know, I went to go because my brother sent me an invite to join his chat, so we're both playing it and we're talking. You know, I went to go join his chat, came back to the game, it froze. So, you know, I had to quit out of there and log back in. So hopefully that's just a bug. It gets, you know, ironed out when the game is actually in full motion. And hopefully all those, you know, yeah, and also I got a little, you know, a few game crashes. And I've been reading on the forums and whatnot that people are crashing when they first go into the town. The biggest town, I should say, the big city, not a town, but the city. People are crashing there. There's a lot of people there. When I was flowing there, it was just like boom, 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 and you barely can see anybody. All you see is just like their character outline, like a black outline around the character, and you don't see the character at all. And it literally crashed. Like right when I talked to the NPC, it crashed. I'm like, I'm good for today. Yeah. So there are problems with that, but I didn't even get a chance to talk about like the gameplay and things like that. It is an action MMO RPG, so you're playing. You know, it's kind of like in like DC Universe Online, where you know everything moves in full mode, of course, just like every other MMO, but you have to like hit, you know, certain buttons to do an attack. It's not just like in Final Fantasy where you have hotbars set up and you hit hotbars. No, you actually have an attack button. You do, and it does combos and things like that. So you can do, you know, things like that. You get different move sets. You can do, you know, square, triangle, circle, X does it. R2 does, you know, buttons like that too. Character can jump, so you know you can set different hotbars like that, and it's more, like I said, it's more of an actiony type a MMORPG. So you could dodge everything. You know, it's not like in Final Fantasy 14 where you know you see an enemy doing an attack, and on the, you know, you can see it on the ground, and he's always about to launch an attack, and you just run out of the way. No, you can dodge out of the way, but dodging does come with a cooldown, so you can't always like dodge like in like Bayonetta or DMC, where you can like just dodge, keep dodging. Nope, it is a cooldown, like a 2 or 3 seconds cooldown on it, so you can't always just be dodging all over the place. You know, you get behind the mob and things like that. So there are things like that. The game, like I said, it plays okay. I mean, I'm a big fan of the action and more actiony type MMORPG. You know, other than Final Fantasy 11, you know, this is totally fine to me, just because, you know, just being able to, like I said, I played DC Universe Online. That was more of an action type of MMORPG too, so I'm a big fan of that. Anyways, they get you through I can't even talk about tutorial, and then you go through that. You know, it's just kind of like, oh, you go talk to this NPC, go there and talk to this NPC, fight a few monsters. You know, get to learn a little bit about the game, get your level up, get skills, and all of that stuff. I don't know what the max level is in the game, but the tutorial, when you go through it, it's like you're like level 10 by the end of it, 10 or 11 by the end of it. So, you're up there pretty high. You're already, you know, I don't know, maybe there's 100 levels in there, maybe there's 70, 80, 90, you know, I don't know what the levels are, the level cap is. So you get a good chunk of it in the beginning already before the game even opens up for you. So yeah, you get the beginning part done with, and then like I said, I didn't even get past that part because it crashed on me, and I'm just like, I'm good for today. Maybe, you know, they'll get a patch in tomorrow, hopefully they can fix this, but so far my enjoyment with it is it's kind of a mix. mixed bag kind of deal. I do like the setup for the game. It does feel pretty cool. You know, it's a little bit old. You can see it in the game itself. You know, going from Final Fantasy to this, you can see you know the old you know system of the game. When you attack an enemy, you know, and somebody attacks it, or maybe somebody is fighting an enemy and you fight it. And you know, you're thinking, oh hey, I helped you out, so I'll probably get it, right? No, you don't, you won't. So so I did that a few times. I'm like, hey, let me attack this real quick. Oh no, I didn't get it. So, shucks, I had to go fight something else. But other than that, you know, game performance wise runs good as far as I've seen. You know, the frame FPS has been pretty rock solid as first. You know, I guess it might have dropped a few times. I just didn't see that because most of the time the screen tearing was what bothered me the most. So every time you walk, it was just screen tearing. You could see the tears like crazy. I was taking screenshots and like a lot of them had like screen tearing in it. So it was, you know, that performance wise, that sucks right there. Game crashing and freezing and things like that needs to be fixed by the time, you know, screen tearing needs to be fixed by that time too. So you can't really release a product like, you know, like this coming out there, mostly when you have a game that's been here for a long time. And I know these are new, you know, you're working on a console system now, so it's different, but you can't, I wouldn't, you know, unless you know, they could get all this stuff fixed out, you know, by the time it releases. I wouldn't push this out, you know, just because you have it. But you know, you want to give your the best, you know, first impression ever. You know, don't push this out unless it's done, like unless you fix everything. We all know that you have to do that. You know, if you have to wait, I know this is a business. When you have to wait a bit, I would definitely do it too, you know, until you fix it. But you know, it's a business. Sometimes you just have to push it out. I know that. So unfortunately, but gameplay wise, like I said, I actually like it. I actually like the, you know, the action-y base of the game. I like, you know, of course I'm a big fan of class base. You know, you got your healers, you got tanks, you got DPSs, you got all that. You know, I'm a big fan of that too. I think this might be a little bit different from that. I don't know if they really have a true tank. Maybe just somebody who could take a little bit more damage, more damage than the other ones. But you know, it looks cool, and the characters look cool, and that's all I can give my first impression so far, or at least on the PlayStation 4 Pro here. I don't know if they have any like pro enhancements or anything like that, or that's going to be added on later. I would like to see something like that. I don't know if they can, but hopefully we see, you know, just for me, just fixes for the game. It's still a beta, I know that, but you know, most of this is a true beta, I should say. Most of the time when people say it's a beta, the game is done. And this is like I think this is really a true beta. You know, we're just not used to it. You know, we're used to a beta being done, a finished product, and they're just putting it out there to check network connectivity and see if everything works well in our network and things like that. But this is a true beta. It still has a little bit of problems left that needs to be ironed out. You know, not, you know, I don't know if it's system wise, like, you know, for the game system itself, but you know, that should be already cemented because the game has been out for so long. Whatever system the game has, that's it. You can't really change much of it. I know that. Final Fantasy 11 veteran here. There's not much you can change. You can do a little tweaks here and there, but you can't really change the whole overall game of it. Maybe they've done that already, so they can't do that, you know. But I'm just talking about performance wise. You know, get all the bugs fixed. You know, all the crashing, the freezing, the if they have frame rate problems, get that fixed. Screen tearing, to me, you know, I'm never a big, you know, I don't care much about screen tearing as much as, you know, frame rates. Frame rate is a must, so you got to keep that frame rate up. And that's probably the reason why it tears, because they got to keep that frame rate up. But it tears like crazy. And I'm not one to say, you know, oh, I hate, you know, screen tears. I hate all that. You know, I'm usually one that rarely can see it, but if it's there constantly, it kind of bothers me because, you know, your character's always constantly moving. There's a little bit of jitter on the controls too. I forgot to mention that. You know, when you try to pick up something, you go to it and you know, sometimes you let it go, and then your character kind of like flips the other way, which is weird. I mean, it doesn't really bother me too much, but it kind of irks me a bit. It might not bother anybody else, but it irks me just a tad bit. But anyways, this is just a quick, impressions of the beta of TERA. I don't know if you want to get TERA Online or whatever you want to call it. I'll just call it just straight TERA. I think I should just call it TERA anyways. This is like just a quick impressions of it. Like I said, about 2 hours, May tops. Gotten out of the beginning area to the beginning area. That's pretty much it. That's all I really got through. But other than that, yeah, the game was, it has a place, but it needs to be fixed. So all the little performance needs to be fixed. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit of my rant going on with this quick impressions for TERA on the PlayStation 4 Pro. You can actually download it today, actually yesterday. But if you haven't heard of it and you want to go download it, you can download it today on the PlayStation Network store. You can also download it on the Xbox Live store. I don't even know what that's called. The open beta runs from the 9th through March 9th through the 12th, I think it was, on Monday. So Monday or Tuesday. So watch out for that. Whatever time you get in to play, do it. There are pretty cool things, like I want to say just before I head out here, there are like things you get if you're a beta player. So you gotta achieve these achievements that they have, and then you get some items when the game actually fully launches. So you get cool hats or something like that when the game launches, and also the game does wipe. So you could be as cool like Kirito, from Sword Art Online, and try to get as far as you can, so you know how to play the game. I tend to do that a bit. I like to get as far as I can, mostly for like MMOs. I like to get as far as I can so I know what I'm doing when the game actually launches. I'm not, hampered, like figure out like, let me go look online real quick. I can do all that in preparation already in the beta to get to where I need to be. So you can do that. So like I said, watch out for that. It does wipe, so if you're not a big fan of starting over, I would log in and just give it a shot real quick. You don't have to do too much. Do the beginning part of the game. That's it. But for me, I'll probably be just getting on and just grinding the heck out of it. Try to get to, I think, level 30 or something like that. There's an achievement for that. There's a for getting to level 30. So I'll try to get to something like that. I'll see what I can do. But in 4 days. It might be a little bit tough. 3 days, 3 to 4 days here. Might be a little bit tough. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit of my impressions for TERA on the PlayStation 4 Pro. This is Omega Belmonk, and I'll see everybody next time. Peace out.